beautiful collectors and action figure fans? It's the one and only Off the Bottoms coming with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the support of my patron Adam, we're going to be taking a look at the new Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron Deluxe Class Autobot Sideswipe. For the package, you do have that nice new white package that is very much in the shape of the Siege and Earthrise figures. Got the Transformer text with the Generation logo right up there. Got the open window that fully showcases the figure. Little section right here that says that this is from the Netflix original series. The side here has that as well. Then you got an up-close image of Sideswipe with the Autobot logo. Come around to the opposite side, and you got that image that's kind of reused where the arc is taken off from Cybertron, but you can see that the colors are more kind of dark in their sort of tone with the blacks, reds, grays, things like that. Come around to the back of the package, you can see that he transforms in 16 steps, and you got images of him in his robot as well as his vehicle form. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have Sideswipe opened up and out of its packaging. And again, you got the insert sort of thing here with the Autobot logo there. You can see that in the background, you got a really cool image of him. I don't know if this is really worth displaying, but I think it's a cool sort of insert. And then, of course, all of these new Netflix figures come with this background. Now, originally, I wasn't too sure. This is the one that I got with Mirage. And I mean, it kind of looked like Teletran one, I wasn't sure, but this one definitely gives it away. And you can see, you got these different slots and everything, and you can just take this, and you got J here, you got J here, so I'm able to connect these. One thing that's nice is there's actually kind of like a little lip right here, so when you put it in, it kind of locks into place. And I like how when you put it in there, it actually covers up the J, so you don't see that. But this is basically what you have going on. You can see you have a connection sort of thing going through there. I don't know if this is meant to be like the ground or what, but either way, let me come back here. You can see that a little bit better. There is the beginning of a background, so that's cool. And then coming in to take a closer look at Sideswipe himself. Now, unlike Mirage, there's not a lot that's really different with this guy. The colors are definitely different, but it's still also very, very similar. It's not a, like, completely different look for the character. Starting off first with his accessories, he does come with the same one. You got the removable handgun thing with the little other handgun thing here. Let me bring in the original one. This is that. Basically the same thing. I'm taking a look. The black kind of looks like it's the same, but obviously the front missile bit is different. And then bringing in the original one, again, really not that much different, other than a tremendous amount of wear added onto him. You can see like the front section is very muted, very dulled down, as if he's driving through a lot, and you can see like a lot of wear on there, because the back section here, while still has a slightly different look to it, still has a lot of that very vibrant red color. I'm trying to see, it looks like maybe, it's really hard to tell, but I kind of feel like the window here is a slightly different paint as well. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see you got those battle marks right on the front section. Again, really very nice how it gets that very dirty sort of look. And then you come around to the side, and you can see it carries through as well. You got a very nice fade. I do wish there was a little bit more fade on there, but you can really see that this is a more muted color than this section, which does look good. And then again, you got that fade going here on the back. Come around to the absolute back of them, and again, you can see a lot more of that dark coloring. The tires have a slightly darker silver paint on the hubcaps. I don't know how well that's coming across. Yeah, you can kind of see it. But again, all in all, and then you got the bottom. And this was a figure that we kind of started seeing a lot of that kind of wear dry brushing on. You'll see more of it in the robot mode. Not a ton here in vehicle mode, but you do got a lot of that wear on the new guy. I also kind of like the Autobot logo a little bit more. I mean, this one's nice because it's silver, but I like the white outline. I think that looks really sharp. But just like all of these Netflix figures, he is the same figure. He has the same transformation. We don't really need to focus too much on it because we've seen it several times before. I'm sure you guys have. So I am going to skip it, but if you need any help whatsoever, which I'd be surprised if you did, I have my playlist available where you can check out the review of the original Sideswipe and get any help that you may need. But utilizing some of that good old-fashioned optobotomist movie magic, we're going to go from Sideswipe looking like this to looking like this. And again, the color stuff that they've done with this is absolutely terrific looking. That very dirty, dingy look on there just really screams that he's not a brand new bot fresh off of this assembly line. Even the white section here has a slightly different color. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's painted. It's hard to tell if it's painted or just molded in a different color, but that it's the same down here as the thighs. Now, bringing in the original for the comparison, again, same figure, no remolded parts or anything of that nature, just a much more muted color. Like I said, this guy looks like he was brand new right off of the training academy. And here we have him more war-torn. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. The darker color with the shoulders, like I said, you can see it with the forearms and the upper part of the bicep there. That's a gorgeous color. And then you look at the shins, and again, this is where you were seeing, you had some of that dry brushing right there, and you had some of it right there. A lot of people didn't like it because it wasn't consistent throughout the entire figure. This definitely has that wear throughout there, which does look really very nice. You can even see it, like I was talking about here, and then the feet. Oh, just pull that off. That has some nice wear painted onto the foot as well. And then let's plug you back on there. Why am I going around ripping people's feet off? There we go. Get that on there. So, I mean, like I said, absolutely gorgeous. Now, one thing, I don't know if I really noticed this before, but one of the complaints that I had about the original canon was you had that little post right there. I don't remember if I noticed this at first, but you got a hole on the other side. You can easily just take this, swap that around to the other side, and you can put the post behind his head, which to me that looks a little bit better, honestly. So I might do something like that with this guy too. But I could definitely see me keeping this one in my display. Obviously, this has more of that look that I like, but this does have a very cool look to it. Maybe not as much as Mirage, because it's not that radically different looking, but the extra paint detail and everything really does just stand out very, very nicely. Let me swap this around. You can put that there. You can kind of keep it on a back section there, and then hell, I mean, you can probably take this, because this is what I was doing. You got that cannon, and now he's got a little gun, although that might be a little bit too bright to go with him, but you can have to do something like that. I don't know. Really happy with them. For me, like I said, though, that Mirage one is a little bit better of a figure, whereas this one, I feel like if you have this one, you don't necessarily need to get this guy. Whereas that Mirage one just stands out so much differently and really could kind of fit in a slightly different place in a display. This one, I guess you could, but I don't know. I mean, do a Netflix series display or something. Overall, though, I mean, it's still really a good figure. Do not get me wrong. I'm just not gushing as much over this one, it seems. All the tolerances seem really good on him still, which is nice to see. That Mirage one was pretty good as well. So I do recommend him. I think he's fun. Obviously, I'd like to know more about how they're going to develop him as a character from that show, so that might kind of influence my decision a little bit more. But on the basis of the figure, the mold I've always been a fan of. I think it's terrific. But like I said, the toy's good. The mold is great. The paint detail on here is fantastic. It looks really cool. So, all that being said, if this version of Sideswipe is a figure that you would like to add to your collection, he is hitting various retail locations right now. So if you're looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would do one small thing for me. And that's simply just to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. Again, I want to send a huge shout out to my patron, Adam, for making this review possible. And if you'd like information on how you can become a patron and help support my channel like Adam, feel free to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/optibotimus. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid. Transformers.